Hi there guys, this isn't the video I really wanted to be making, but I just needed to explain the issues I've had with the tuning of the Mark 8 ST. So I went to Hybrid Tune, yesterday, and we obviously put the car on dyno, and we got 210 or 209 brake on the standard map, and we got 224 brake on the Mountune M235 map. I'm not sure why that figure's low. We don't think it's the extra parts on the car. We could see from the data we were getting that the air temps were really low. They were running at about 30 degrees when the car was at its hottest. And the ambient temperature outside was 25 degrees. So the air, Sam at Hybrid Tune was saying that is really good for that sort of car engine, blah blah blah. So we were really happy with the data we were getting from the car. The issue came when we went to try and modify the stock map to see what performance Hybrid Tune could get from the car. So Mountune obviously locks their maps out to obviously protect what they've done. I mean, which is completely understandable. I mean, anyone would want to do that. They wouldn't want to be copied by anybody. So that is, there's no issue there at all. The issue what I had was that obviously when I first got the Mountune map, I requested the stock map for whenever I decided to do what I want to do now. And so I had that map, which Sam asked me if I had that map, and I said yeah, I've got the stock map, so we shouldn't have an issue. So when we put the stock map back on the car, Sam tried to access the car through the OBD port, and it was just locking him out completely. There was no access at all. He said the only way he could bypass that was to obviously take the ECU out of the car, and I think he said he needs to put 5 wires onto a plug somewhere on the ECU, and he could probably override what lock was on there from Mountune. But because the car's so new, the ECU is in like a tamper-proof metal housing, so if you drill out the tamper-proof screws, obviously if there was ever an issue with the car, the warranty would be way gone. So anyway, that's what happened yesterday. So obviously while I was there, I emailed Mountune to see if I could get how to get round it, and I rang their mobile or their phone number, and it's just a recorded message saying they're not taking calls, you need to email. So obviously I emailed them. We decided to call it a day there. So I got home, and literally I'd only been home half an hour, and Mountune had emailed me with another stock map. So brilliant. So I rang Sam up and said, look, I've got the stock map back. Can we carry on with what we was going to do tomorrow, which is now today? And he said, yeah, that's fine, it's fine. And I said, well, I'll come back now and just double check everything's going to work. So I got back up there yesterday, and it was still locked out, and he couldn't do anything. So while we were there again, I compiled another email to Mountune stating what the problems we're going to have, or what we're having. There was 3 different bits of kit Sam was trying to use to access the car. I can't tell you off the top of my head what the 3 bits of kit were, but I mean, there's no secrets. I'll find out and let anyone know if you need to know. But all 3 of the bits of kit we were using couldn't read or get over the lock. So we told Mountune what we was trying to do, and then I said, right, we'll go away again, and we sort of called everything off. So hence why today I'm off work, and I'm just playing about on the internet and trying to sort stuff out for later videos and stuff. But then yesterday evening I got another email from Mountune saying, this is the map you need, try this one. So I spoke to Sam again this morning, and I've just been over there again today, and we have now finally got access to the car for what we need. So the plan is now I've rebooked another day session with Sam in about 2 weeks time, so I don't really want to make the video of what I've done so far. I've got a load of footage from yesterday, but it'd be nice to sort of try and do a seamless dyno run with then us modifying the stock map. So obviously I've got some graphs and stuff of what we've done yesterday, but I want to try and keep that to myself really until I can do the next video where we can have a comparison of all 3 dyno runs, and just to try and keep it all together. So that's where we are really. So yeah, a bit disappointed for yesterday and today, but hopefully when I get back there on the 1st of July, I think I've booked, I will I might be a bit happier. We're still quite optimistic, and I've said that if he can get me to 250 I'll be over the moon. So 250 is the goal. Comment down below if you think we'll barely get it to 250. Obviously there is a variance in the dynos as well, so apparently Sam was saying there's 2 different types of dyno. You've got one that can calculate the drag itself, which is the sort of dyno he's got, and then you've got the other type of dyno which is then manually calculated and then added to your readings to get your overall reading. So obviously the issue there is if you're calculating your own readings, tyre pressures will make a difference. How tight the car is clamped down to the rollers makes a massive difference. So I'm not going to say them sort of dynos are not as accurate, because they probably are when they're used properly, but Sam sort of was saying to me that he sees some videos and people on YouTube doing things, and he's saying that he's seen people not using the equipment properly, which then gives you a false reading, and you're getting cars with which is saying there's a lot more horsepower than what there is. So the dyno he's got is calibrated regularly, and he compares his to readings with a different dyno which he knows of, and these 2 dynos are always very, very similar, and they're one of the one he compares it to is probably, he's saying, is one of the best dynos that it is produced. So he is, I wouldn't mind getting a second opinion once this is all sorted. To be fair, I think out of anyone I'd probably like to speak to more than anyone is probably Mountune, to be fair to them. It would be good if I could speak to someone face to face there. Maybe if they were interested, take the car there and see if they can prove us wrong with the figures that we got there. It's not a finger pointing exercise at all. What I'm doing here is more, I want the best out of my car. So I think if the car's tested on the same dyno, at stock map, at a Mountune map, and whatever Sam can come up with, all on the same dyno, no biasy there at all, then at least I've got a baseline of all 3 things on the same dyno for now. And then I don't know, is that the right thing to do? I don't know, but so anyway, that's where we are. I want to keep this short. Thank you everybody for all the support that you have given me so far. I've only been doing this for a couple of months. The comments are really helpful to me, and hopefully you can see through the progression of my first video up till now, I am trying to improve everything every time, and every video I make I learn stuff myself, and I do try and rectify issues that I see on the way. It's not as easy as just pointing a camera and just filming yourself when you're trying to edit video, especially the way I'm trying to do it, where I'm trying to show as much detail as possible, and the two camera setup. It takes me twice as long to edit it here than it does to go out there and do what I'm doing. So I just hope people appreciate that, and every YouTuber that I watch and see says the same thing, and I just think that it's a bit understated, sort of someone sitting here speaking in front of a camera, and it sounds easy but it's not. So just another thing, just before we go, I don't know if the camera can see this here, which is the Mark 8 ST Owners Club. I joined or signed up with them a few weeks ago. Well, no. I couldn't find any matching places. There we go. I signed up with them about, I don't know, it was probably a couple of months ago, and I've been sort of interacting with this a lot more recently, and the guys on here are very, very helpful. I dropped a message on there yesterday about the issue that I'm having, and there seems to be a lot of people had the same problem. So if you've got a Mark 8 ST and you're not part of a Facebook group or any group or club, this is definitely worth signing up for. The guys have plugged me a few times on there, which is great, so I think at least I can do is give them a plug. So if it doesn't show up clear on the screen, I'll do a screenshot of this and put up so you can see what you're looking for, so you can join up. So with that said, sorry there's no car in this video. I also will have to stop doing the ST stuff soon to get the brakes sorted out on my BMW, because at the moment I can't drive. I haven't driven it for about 3 months. Until I get the brakes sorted out, I can't even use that car. So I think my next video in between this and me going back to the tuning, hybrid tuning, will be me sorting the brakes out of my Beamer. I know most of you guys are watching sort of regularly like the ST stuff, but there is a, I don't want to say too much, but the reason for me to do the brakes myself on the BMW is to make sure that everything goes smoothly on that, because my ultimate goal is to, once this is all sorted, is to change, I'm not going to put a big brake kit on the ST, but I'm going to change the discs, I'm going to change the pads, and I also want to change the brake fluid, and I want to change the brake lines, and I want to do it all myself on my driveway. I've never done anything on a braking system before, apart from change discs and pads. I've done that hundreds of times on loads of different cars, but I've never took a caliper off a car. I've never bred brakes before myself, so I want to just use the Beamer as like my little guinea pig. If that doesn't go wrong, I can get someone around to sort it out, and I'm not really done too much damage. But what I don't want to do is to get the ST to bits and then cause myself problems. So I think that the process is the same, but I just want to be confident with myself more than anything. So that's definitely to come, and I want to put a 20mm lower and spring kit on the car as well, so that will be filmed, and I'll do that on myself. I've done that before on cars, so I don't think I'll have an issue there. I've got all the tools that I need to do that already, so I will be ordering them bits up over the next few weeks, and then that will follow after I've got the tuning issue sorted out. But like I said, just if anyone knows anyone at Mountune and you want to show them this, and they are interested in me going there to see them, I'm up for that. I'd like to give them a say as well. So with that said, just keep liking what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel, because my ultimate goal is to try and get as many subscribers as I can. Anybody who's starting this up is their ultimate goal. So I've set myself a goal of where I want to be at Christmas, and it looks like I'm more than gonna do that if I can keep support up. So yeah, see you on the next one. Cheers, boys.